Fame. It doesn't come easy. And when it does, will you be ready? We all want to be famous, but only a select few get a taste of it. Did you ever wonder what it takes to be a star? Well, get ready for an exclusive look into the lives of today's biggest celebrities on their journey to the top. Before the Fame. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Before the Fame, and I'm your host, Mike Sherman. Now, several years ago, I had a very popular TV show produced right here out of Miami called On the Mic. It started out as a local show where I was interviewing local artists like Flo Rida, Pitbull, Sean Kingston, just to name a few. The next thing you know, the show takes off national. Now I'm interviewing the likes of Kim Kardashian, CeeLo Green, Justin Bieber, plus so many more, all before they were really famous. So that got me thinking, why don't we produce a TV show called Before the Fame? So in the next 30 minutes, you're gonna come on a journey with me to see if we can track down some of these big celebrities that we once knew so well, and talk to the people that were close to them on their journey to the top. Which brings us to our first featured celebrity, Ricky Rose, or you guys may know him as Rick Ross. Now, when I first met Rick Ross was back in 2005 when he just signed by Def Jam Records. He had his first major hit, Every Day I'm Hustlin'. Let's take a quick look of an interview with me and Rick back 15 years ago.
Because you was just always a good person, a trill person, a real person, and you always represented the music, man, and you was always genuine, and that's why we show you that love.
So were you, man. Even though I didn't know the music, you always helped me, man.
You already know, man. And
you always help me,
You
man.
know I love to see you, because you always at the big events grinding. Shout out to the Mike Sherman Show. Y'all better keep it locked.
That was a long time ago. Now we're gonna sit down with the head of Rick's marketing, Lex Pierre, who's been with Rick Ross from the very beginning. Let's take a look.
I'ma make it work. Time to make it work. 100 carats in the Brody. I'ma make it work.
Tonight I'm sitting down with one of the innovative marketing gurus in the music business, Lex Pierre Louise. You've worked with some of the biggest names in music, one particular hip-hop sensation, Rick Ross. How did you ever link up with someone like that, and what made him say, hey, you know what, I need this guy on my team?
A DJ by the name of DJ Cox, Trunk Funk Records. One day I went over there and I saw Rick Ross there, and I was like, yo, that's Rick Ross.
Did you know who Rick Ross was?
He was up and coming. So after that, his business venture started with Def Jam Records. His company started growing. He dropped several albums, and then right when he got to Atlantic Records and started signing new artists, and that's when I got the phone call.
Tell me about that phone call.
Remember like it was yesterday, Memorial Day weekend Monday, got a phone call, come by the house. Went by the house, changed your Twitter, changed your Instagram, changed everything. It's double MG, I need you on the team, we're going on tour tomorrow.
What do you think's next for his phase of his career?
He's one of the few artists to own over 25 franchises. He owns 25 Wingstop franchises.
Really?
He has brand partnerships, and he has accomplished brand partnerships with outside of Wingstop, more recently Checkers.
Lex Pierre Louise, thanks so much for coming on my show. This is Mike Sherman down here in gorgeous South Beach on this beautiful, huge yacht. Quick commercial break, but we'll be right back. Welcome back. Now, Miami is known for a lot of great music icons, such as the Bee Gees, KC and the Sunshine Band, Gloria Estefan, plus so many more. But one of the first real pioneers of hip-hop music in Miami was a gentleman by the name of Teddy Lucas, who started a small little record company, Slip and Slide Records. Now, Teddy was a club promoter that turned A&R. Recently, he was at Florida International University, speaking to students about the music business. Fortunately, I had a chance to meet up with Ted to talk about the rise of Rick Ross.
It's all about energy. It's all about how we vibe and how the energy works between creatives, two creative minds.
Do you know where I can find Teddy Lucas?
The Teddy Lucas from Slip and Slide?
That's the one.
Right in there.
Thank you very much. Today I'm down here in North Miami at FIU with one of the biggest names in Miami music, my good friend and the CEO of Slip and Slide Music, Teddy Lucas. When did you first want to say, I'm going to put Miami on the map in music?
It's been over 20 years grinding, truly blessed being honored with some of the great artists that's been in this business for a long time.
Let's talk about the big man right now.
Gentleman Red, Josh Burke, he the one that came to me and said, man, Suave House got a rapper from Miami. Suave House was one of the big labels in the South at the time.
Okay.
Tony Draper had an artist named Rick Ross. He from Carol City. I think his name was Willow at the time. Red came and played me the records. I'm like, boy, dog's like a little lyrical coming from the South. Told my dog, I'm gonna take a chance on it. He put out like 10 mixtapes in a year. Cause every time I turned up, boy, Ross got a new mixtape. Ross got a new mixtape.
How did he do it?
Oh, he's the hardest worker. You can honestly get in the studio with Ross and do 4 records. Sometimes I tell him, man, just get some sleep a little bit. He don't sleep.
That song, Every Damn Hustlin'.
When we first heard the Red came played me the record, I knew right then and there it was over. Man, he been grinding for years, like constantly. Years. Back then, Cali was on 99 Jams, and every Friday he'd drop a new song. He deserved everything. He deserved to be the boss and everything he accomplished because his work ethic.
They know what we want, give it to us, give it to us. They know what we want, give it to us, give it to us.
Hey Mike, I'm down at Circle House. I got an exclusive with Trina to talk about Rick Ross, and you got 10 minutes to get down here. Bye.
I'm sitting here at the beautiful Circle House Studios with what I call one of my favorite female rappers in the game, the Diamond Princess, Trina.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on Before the Fame.
Always.
I've been a fan of yours for a long time. Let's talk about the boss. What was it like kind of chilling in his little circle in the beginning of his career?
I mean, it's great. Ross and I are like extremely close. When he came a part of the Slip and Slide family, it was like a big brother, you know? I wouldn't turn in my album unless he, you know, was a part of it, unless he approved it, unless he knew that this was the wave, this was the tempo for the album. And just watching him over the years and just grow and become the boss that he turned into, and to become a businessman and multitask and just become a franchise, own multi-businesses. I'm happy for that.
You've always given me love, no matter where you were, Miami, LA, Atlanta.
Yes.
Always gave Mike Sherman love,
Yes.
and I want to thank you for that.
Thank you.
Awesome. This is Mike Sherman with the Diamond Princess, one of my favorites, Trina. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Now, our next guest is one of the most renowned music video directors in the country. He's worked with Pitbull, Akon, DJ Khaled, Lil Wayne, just to name a few. But I was fortunate enough to sit down with him to talk about what it was like working with the boss at the very beginning. Tell me about your encounters with Rick at the very beginning of his career.
Me and Rick had a very similar career path. He was waiting for his turn. My career at that time, I was also ghostwriting for other directors, putting in paying dues. And he saw a movie that I did called Choices. We're sitting on the sideline of a major video. And this is before he had the beard and everything. And he looks at me, he's like, man, you shot Choices? I'm like, yeah. He's like, man, when I'm ready to bust, I'm gonna come get you to shoot my first video. 4 or 5 years later, the song Hustlin' came out. And old boy was true to his words. He said, yo, we ready to do it. Hustlin'. From there on, Ross was out of here. Like, he was a bona fide best rapper. You know, he was doing it. And we probably did about 25 videos together after that.
What kind of person is Rick Ross?
He's so chill, and he's got a good heart, and he's real Miami. From like everything he does, from the toy drives to like giving back to the community. Like Ross is a real dude, and he stayed humble, and he stayed loyal, and man, I got nothing but love for Ross.
Thanks, Gil. Keep making those amazing videos. Now, our next guest was an A&R for Slip and Slide Records, Mike Blumstein. Let's take a look. I'm down here in the Circle House Studios in Miami, Florida, and I'm sitting down with a good friend of mine and one of the best managers and A&Rs in music, bar none, Mike Blumstein. Now, when did you first meet Rick Ross, and what was it like meeting this big, huge rapper from Miami?
Man, I've known Ross before he was Ross, right? I didn't even know he was Ross. Ross was always around the studio with Jim, and when we had a studio there, but he wasn't Rick Ross. He was just this guy. And then literally just, you know, one day I hear Hustlin', and they were like, yo, that's the guy that was always at the studio. It takes time to really grind this out and catch your quote unquote break or find your lane or find your pocket to do it. So, I mean, I believe he had 8 to 10 years or something crazy like that prior to Hustlin', breaking. And when it broke, you know, he already had the city and had the, you know, the E-Classes and the Khaled's and Ted Lucas and Slip and Slide and Radio and everyone behind him. And you just felt the wave. You just like knew it wasn't fake. Like he's from our city, like, and he did it.
You're watching Before the Fame, and I'm your host, Mike Sherman. I'm down here today in Hialeah, Florida, with one of my good friends and former A&R and record exec of one of the biggest labels in South Florida, Slip and Slide Records, Henry Soldano, my brother.
Good to see you, Mike,
Thank you so
man.
much for coming down on my show.
Absolutely, man. Anything for you, Mike.
You work for Slip and Slide Records. Tell me what it was like when you first met Rick Ross, and how was he on Slip and Slide?
So I started in Slip and Slide a little bit after he released his first album, Port of Miami, right? So Ross was in this mega star yet. He had just released Port of Miami, and then the movement and the noise that Ross was making at that time, it was really beginning to bubble up. Like you couldn't go anywhere in any city in the United States without listening to Hustlin.
Why do you think he has that staying power, and he's still so much in the public eye, and he's still hitting that millennial market, which is kind of key in today's society?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question, right? Because you have these new artists that have a kind of a very short span where they kind of fizz out very quickly. He's still able to maintain the longevity. He still connects with the youth, right? Everybody still loves Ross. I think that has to do a lot with the type of records that he does, the collaborations what he does. He does a lot of features with newer artists as well. And then just his branding. I mean, there's very few artists that are known as the boss.
He's a phenomenal businessman. Let's talk about some of his businesses. He's got Wingstop, which is a chain of chicken wings down here in South Florida, which is really going crazy. He's involved in real estate. I mean, did you always see that he had that business-oriented mindset when he was making music at Slip and Slide?
See, so the thing with him, when this boss persona came out of it, right, it wasn't just a marketing ploy or marketing idea, music-wise, right? It was how he saw himself. He saw himself and moved like a real boss.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, Henry, man, as usual, you always show me love. This is Mike Sherman for Before the Fame. We're taking a quick commercial break, but when we come back, I'm sitting down with Rick Ross's DJ, Sam Sneak. You don't want to miss this. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Now, every hip-hop artist, pop star today has their own DJ, and that's the case for Rick Ross. He found our next guest at the age of 15 and has been working with Rick ever since. His name is Sam Sneak, and he's quite a character. This is DJ Sam Sneak.
What's happening?
Tell me how it all came about. How did you and Rick finally come together and say, hey, I want you to be my DJ?
Well, it all started when I was a kid, sneaking in the clubs, and I was at a club called MVP. I wasn't even old enough to be in a club at the time. And he was just done doing like an open mic thing, and I walked up on him and just introduced myself and told him my dreams and stuff, and he looked at me, and then we exchanged contacts, and 2 days later he showed up to my mom's house, and the rest is history.
How old were you?
I was about might have been like 15 or 16.
15 years old.
Yeah, I was a kid.
And Rick Ross came to your mom's house, like almost a college recruiter coming to the house to recruit you.
Right. So then I'm like, you know, I got like a bunch of sneakers in my room. He's like, how you get all this? I'm like, yeah, you know, I do ringtones and sell CDs and stuff like that.
Sure.
So he's like, okay, cool. You my DJ. I'm like, all right, cool. So fast forward, probably like 2008, I started hitting the road. And then really consistently, probably like 2010.
What was it like working with Rick Ross at the very beginning, and what's it like working with him now? Has he changed a lot over the years? Has fame changed him at all?
Nah, you know, he's still the same. He's still the same hustler since day one. You know, since the day one when I met him before the Hustlin record. He's always been that way. And fast forward, it's the same thing. You know what I mean? He just implemented on different things, like different business ventures, you know, so on and so forth, but it's still the same. It's kind of hard to describe it in a sense because it's like, it's rosé, it's cool. He goes uplifting everyone around, you know what I mean?
Sam, it's awesome to have you on the show. You're a great guy, and I wish you nothing but success moving forward.
Appreciate it.
What an energetic and charismatic individual. Thanks, Sammy. Now, our next guest is a duo of Grammy-nominated producers. These guys wrote music for Mary J. Blige, 50 Cent, Fat Joe, and so many more. Cool and Dre. They go way back with Rick Ross from the very beginning and are so happy for his rise to stardom. Matt, let's roll the tape. Rick Ross.
Yes.
You've been working with him. You've been friends with him for a long time.
Rick
What's he like?
Put it this way, we did Rick Ross's first record that was released, and the first record he ever featured on, and the first record we produced was with Rick Ross. There was Trina featuring Rick Ross, Told Y'all. Ross used to be at my mom's garage almost every day.
Come on.
Yeah, like literally I'm recording him in boxers, like, all right, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like we go back like that. You know what I'm saying? Every time we see each other, man, we just laugh. You know what I'm saying? We just laugh because we know where
you
came from and everything we went through, and we were in the studio. I remember us working in Circle House when Shakir, God rest his soul, he was like, yo, I'm about to go to New York. Should I play this Rick Ross stuff for Jay-Z? You know what I'm saying? That's when Jay-Z was president over there at Def Jam, and we were like, of course. And it was all history, bro. Like once he went up there and they got to witness his charisma and his aura, they were like, oh, this guy's, he's always been the same. When he was in my mom's garage, he was Rick Ross, and it was with nothing, he was the same way.
Cool, you've been amazing. We got a video question from an A&R, a guy named Nando, who is out of New York City, and he's got a question for Cool. What's the question, Nando?
Hey, Cool, this is Nando from New York. What's the key to longevity?
Nando, the key to longevity, my opinion, is staying in tune. Staying in tune, listening to the new guys, you know what I'm saying? The new guys that are coming out with the music. Staying in tune with the sounds. So keep the youth around you and don't stop.
Me and Cool met Rose in Cool's mother's garage when we had our studio over there. This is 2000. He sat on this chair that we had in the corner of this small garage. He's like, what you two dirtbags got for me? I heard y'all got some beats. And when he walked out of there, me and Cool was like, yo, he's the next Biggie Smalls. Like, he's so charismatic, and lyrically, he's one of the best rappers, period.
Thanks, Cool and Dre. I love you guys, and keep making those great hits. Now, recently, I had a chance to catch up with the man himself, Mr. Rick Ross, at a charity event, and he had some words of wisdom. Let's take a look.
Man, every time I see you, the blazers get more expensive, my brother.
We're working hard. We're in a lot of markets now, but we started out all at the same time, man. We're like family.
Man, you know, from day one, you know what I'm saying? I watched you when you was just on channel 18 or something like that, you feel me? But you've been putting in the major groundwork, man, and your name is so credible out here, you know what I mean? And I wish you continued success, my brother.
That means a lot to me, bro.
Mr. Rose, you keep making those tracks, and I'll keep hustling. Now it's time for our Music Money segment. That's where you guys at home get a chance to win cash by answering questions of today's featured guests. So now I'm gonna send it out to my co-host, Ashley, who's with our very first contestants.
Thanks, Mike. I'm Ashley Moss, and I'm here at the One Hotel in South Beach during Miami Swim Week, and we're about to play Music Money. This is where we give contestants money and cash prizes if they can guess 3 trivia questions correctly. And I have 3 contestants with me right now. What are your names, ladies, and where are you from?
Michelle, I'm from Chicago. I'm Michaela, I'm from New York.
Nicole from San Francisco.
Jonathan from the Bronx, New York.
Brandon.
So our first question is, Rick Ross has had many hits, but his first #1 hit was which of these 3 songs? Was it A, The Devil Is a Lie, B, Aston Martin Music, or C, Hustlin?
Aston Martin Music.
It is not Aston Martin Music.
I'm gonna go with C, Hustlin.
That is correct.
3.
Correct. $20 you just won. Now, before I give you this $20, you have 2 options. You can take the 20, or you can go ahead and try the $50 question. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna try the $50 question.
Let's do 50.
So what is Rick Ross's Instagram handle? At Rick Ross, at Rich Forever, or at Ricky Rose? Which one is it?
At Ricky Rose.
It's not at Ricky Rose.
Rich Forever.
The man knows his Rick Ross. Okay, so you got the 50. Do you want to keep that, or do you want to go for the $100 question?
I think I'm gonna keep that.
Oh, you're playing it safe? Yeah. Okay, I respect it. Thank you for playing. Well, Mike, that was it. This is Music Money, this Miami Swim Week edition. I'm Ashley Moss. We had some hits and some misses. Until next week when we can find some more brave contestants, it's back to you.
Thanks, Ash. Great job. And if you guys out there want to submit questions for Music Money or find out more about our show, go to our website at www.beforethefame.tv or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Well, guys, that's our show for this week. I really hope you enjoyed it. But make sure you tune in next week where once again, we go down memory lane of today's biggest superstars before the fame. I'm Mike Sherman. Thanks for watching. All right, hold on, ready? We're moving along, Matthew. Money for answering the correct questions for a silly wabbit. Mr. Rose, the man himself. Thanks, Mr. Thanks, Rick. Okay.